We'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
Attack!
And on Kansas City Chiefs.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Yellow! RWA! Yellow! Right side!
Throwing now is Mahomes. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Mahomes going to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelsey, on a touchdown pass. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
The Chiefs will set up for the two-point conversion.
Mahomes will throw for it. Complete at the 1. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 49 yards there, a big one.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line. On play action, Prescott. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Going to 53.
They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. Down to about the 22 here. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
A gain of 8 yards.
In motion, the tight end. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Prescott down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Second and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. It's caught on the right side. Williams. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Give them the completion, no gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. Play action now. Prescott. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts.
6 yards.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And his kick here is good. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. So we had the touchdown and 2-point conversion to start the game. At least they're able to come back and get 3 on the board for their opening drive.
Yeah, most coaches will always say, just give me something on the opening drive. Anything you can put up on the board, you feel better about things. And in this case, I like the fact that they resisted the urge to try and catch them big, because just get the points on the board. You're okay, even though they put 8 on you to begin with.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll get this down to the 41. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
2 minutes to play in the first half of an 8-3 game.
40-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9. Now here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelce, left side. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
It's a gain of 8.
Mahomes now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Yellow, yellow.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Touchdown! Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelsey, on a touchdown pass. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan of how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Yellow.
They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Chiefs 16.
So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. His own territory. He coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Yellow.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's Kelsey on the ground. Well, the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Pacheco will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score, Chiefs 23, Cowboys 3. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball is going to come out to the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll send the tight end in motion. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And a Chiefs are going to get him. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Kill. 27, 26.
Prescott off play action. Now he'll tuck this and run. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Nico Remigio deep for KC. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. 2nd and 9.
Yep, 57. Hey, 43. Color.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball is going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. And he'll drop here to throw. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down. A gain of 12. And the Cowboys
looking to throw. Prescott. Finding Williams on the check down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Here we go.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. A quick throw there is incomplete.
The struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw this inconsistent during the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
To throw is Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 37.
Here's Prescott. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
A third quarter action from Kansas City. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Like that. 26.
Now Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why, because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game, because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So, game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Mahomes going to throw. Looking for Gray and finding him once again. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got it. Only a yard of the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Hey, 43.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 1-yard line.
Here's Pacheco. And he stopped immediately there. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1
Hey,
yard
57,
on the
57.
play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Now Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And it's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you leaned back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Harrison Butker, and it kicks off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means he'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll throw from the gun. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Play action now. Prescott. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And again, it's Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Now Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back at their own 17.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Here's 2nd and 10.
15. Yellow. I've got whoop. Yellow. Okay.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Easy.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Hey, kill. Then we're going to 53. Hey, kill. What do you think?
Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
47.
Prescott to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's good for Cowboys.
Throw. Prescott. Now, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
For the 2-point conversion.
47. Gun. Going to 54. Wide in. 26.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And they don't get it. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
For the Cowboys.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game.
And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there for KC. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Mahomes going to shift him around. That one looks like he'll throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. Really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
That's caught. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And with a well-placed as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. A partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Prescott now. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Yeah, here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Yeah! Here we go. Wide in. Here we go. Going to 54. Wide in. Gun. Here we go. 47. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
At their own 8-yard line.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
One last shot now for Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And when you break it down, you know, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.